Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's just an honor and a privilege to be here today on such a stupendous day, honoring the life and the contribution of Dr. Martin Luther King. And so it's with great appreciation that you all have asked me to come and share a few words. And I don't take that lightly. And so I thank God for the honor to be here today. I always like to ask myself interesting questions. And so as I was preparing this and going over my notes last night, I started to ask myself some questions. And I stopped and I thought, Dr. Martin Luther King was born in 1929. He was assassinated in 1968. And so he passed away at the age of 39. And here we are, 43, 44 years later, and we still make sure we stop, pause, and celebrate his life. And I thought to myself, I said, why is that? What was so different, what was so unique about this individual that every single year we stop, pause, and celebrate? And I continue to roll over in my head as I was preparing. And today's theme is Great Challenge, Great Change. And I think it's as fitting a theme today as it was when Dr. King was alive. And so I start with words from Dr. King, who said, "It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summer of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. And those who hoped that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. And there will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people, for many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone." And he goes on to say, "A man who won't die for something is not fit to live." And finally he says, "Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. And so we must straighten our backs and work for our freedom. A man can't ride you unless your back is bent." And I think a lot of us in today's society view life through a single lens, which is our own. And we see our daily decisions, we see our daily actions as one that shape our own path, at the most possibly affecting our family and friends. And that's as far as some of us go. I think some of us are too closed off and our vision is too small. It's too narrow, it's too personal, it's too focused on our own individual destiny. I call it self-dependence, and it's not the self-dependence as I'm depending on myself, but it's the thinking that no one else is depending on me. So the visions we have, the dreams that wake us up at night, we internalize those dreams and see them through the lens of self. I'm too old. I don't have enough time. It's not my season. What about my kids? I don't have my degree. I don't have enough money. And we rationally kill what's irrational. A dream. You can't touch it. And I think we are mistaken that the visions we had, the dreams that woke us up at night, the things we saw were for us. Our own path. And we thought that at most, the dream would possibly affect our friends and family. Dr. King had a dream too. And it was a little bit like this. And so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even in the state of Mississippi, the state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. He had a dream that day. He had a dream that one day down in Alabama with his vicious racist, with his governor, having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls would be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. He had a dream that day. He had a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed and all flesh shall see it together. But I want to pose a question to you. What if Dr. King never told us the dream? What if he never told us the dream? I think we sometimes are mistaken and we focus on I entirely too much. How I feel, how am I going to make it, how could I do that? And I think we misinterpret the vision. We misinterpret why we received the dream in the first place. Could it be that you were given what you were given because someone else did not have the capacity or the capability to see? I came to the University of Michigan with one goal, and that was to make the basketball team. And so the first year I tried out, didn't make it. The second year I tried out, didn't make it. And the third year I finally made it. But I was a self-dependent thinker as well. I'm sure you can find a few interviews, a few press clippings where I may say something similar to, this experience, being able to finally make the team and become a captain will stick with me for the rest of my life. And anytime I come against a goal or an obstacle that there's adversity involved, I'll be able to look back on my experience and I'll be able to overcome it. But I was mistaken too. I jumped, as I like to call it, but I did not realize that it was not in my jumping, but that there were people behind me that wouldn't jump unless I jumped, that wouldn't try unless I tried. there was someone waiting to hear my story. And I think we've come to a place where we all have run out of choices. With the internet, with the ability to instantly communicate, with the ability to instantly come together as people, I think we've all run out of choices. We don't have a choice anymore to be ordinary. That vision that you have and was given to you is not for you. That dream that you have is not for you. Yes, you will be the reason it's accomplished. Yes, you will be the reason it comes to pass. But it's really not about you. It's about the thousands of people, the millions of people that will be touched by your dream, that will be touched by your vision. And they're waiting to be touched by your vision. And you don't even know it, and you don't even know them. I mean, when you think about it, what if Oprah didn't jump? If she said, I'm black, I'm a woman, would you even know who Dr. Phil was? Would you know who Carol's daughter was? If Oprah didn't jump. So I like to finish with a short story. There was two guys talking to each other, and one posed the question. He said, who would you miss most if they passed away? And the other guy thought for a little bit, and he said, well, I guess my parents. And so the other guy challenged him. He said, why? He said, because they're my family. Because I've known them the longest, because they love me. And he said, no, not quite. He said, you would miss your parents most because they do more for you than anyone else. And he finished by saying, if you want people to miss you when you die, be a person that always does things for other people. And I truly believe that's the answer to the question that I posed at the beginning. We stand here today all over this country and all over this world to appreciate a man that always did things for other people. You and I are still impacted on a daily basis because of what he did. And so I would like to leave you with a question as well. What person 30 years from now, 40 years from now, is going to sit in the same seat that you're sitting in right now and are going to benefit from the choice and the vision that you have today? Who's going to sit in that seat? Thank you.